It's here, guys. The Gunz token is here, the blockchain behind Off the Grid. Most people were waiting for it. I was actually expecting the Off the Grid token, but no, it is the Gunz token, or ticker symbol GUN, because that is the blockchain that is behind the development of Off the Grid, and they're all supported by Gunzilla Games. So they've got their own layer 1, and Off the Grid is just one product, one gaming project. I'm sure they'll be developing more. So now that we know the token is going to launch on the 31st of March, they're going to launch through Binance Launch Pool. We want to cover some of the numbers, what I think the entry price will be, or the launch price will be, and my own predictions on where this price could go, and my strategy if I were going to be jumping into the Gunz token this cycle. I've got my entry prices, my strategies, and how and when I'll come up. If you want to know more about that, guys, please keep watching. But public service announcement first. This video is not financial advice. Please do your own research. If you really want financial advice, you need to approach someone who's actually trained to give you financial advice. The information contained in this video is just for educational as well as entertainment purposes. For those from the UK, you should not be watching any crypto related content, which includes this video, of course. Please do your own research. You are most likely going to lose anything you invest within this space and the whole shebang. Let's come back to the Gunz price prediction at launch. Market cap scenarios based on different price points. That's what we want to focus on. So initial supply, circulating supply, is going to be around 604.5 million Gunz tokens. That is what they're going to launch with. Maximum supply has been set at 10 billion with a hard cap. According to some of the numbers, the early rounds gave 76 million, but I think they also raised more funds later on towards the end of last year, 2024. But we are going to be working with 76 million approximately. Initial circulating supply at launch, like I said, is going to be 604.5 million tokens with a maximum cap of 10 billion tokens. So my estimated launch price calculation is going to be as follows. The simplest approach to divide the fully diluted market cap, or FDV, implied by investor funding by the maximum supply, considering the circulation supply, and reverse engineer a likely launch price. That's my approach. That's how I'm analyzing this. So the first option here is the direct funding to circulating price estimation. If we assume that the 76 million investment implies an initial market cap close to the value, initial market cap is equal to 76 million initial circulating supply, which is equal to 604.5 million tokens. Estimated price is going to be market cap over circulating supply, which then gives us $76 million over 604.5 million tokens, which gives us an average price of about 12.6 cents. That's what I think the launch price is going to be, 12.6 cents. Do you agree with that? We don't have long to wait for, are we? It's going to be imminent, the launch. So my estimated price for the Gunz token is going to be between 12 to 13 cents. That's the launch price. Now, if we then look at the FDV versus what could be the launch token. So if the Gunz token launches with an FDV or fully diluted market value of 1 billion, you're looking at 10 cents, and that will give us a market cap of 60.45 million. I think we can smash that. An FDV of 2 billion is going to give us a market cap of 120.9 million. Again, might seem low, so that will give us about 20 cents. If you go for an FDV of about 5 billion, which probably is going to be likely, you're looking at 50 cents. That will give us a market cap of 302.25 million. You use circulating market cap. This is circulating market cap, okay? It will give us 302.25 million. If it gets to $1, that will give us a market cap of 604.5 million. That's an FDV of 10 billion. I should also stress that anything above 2 billion, for me, the token will be overvalued. That's me just saying, if you get an FDV of over 2 billion, it's overvalued. 20 cents, I'll probably say that's probably safe. Having said that, I'm not saying people will not make money from investing when price goes beyond those levels. I'm just saying the FDV, if it goes above 2 billion, that project is overvalued. I don't think it will be worth that much. And we're moving on to an FDV of 20 billion, which will give us a circulating market cap of 1.21 billion. You're looking at a token price of $2. Crazy things happen in crypto. People go crazy, or market makers will be pumping this until the kingdom comes. So watch out for that, guys. Some of these numbers are going to become realistic when the token launches, but it doesn't make them right. You are going to become exit liquidity if you're not careful. Moving on to my observation then. If the Gunz token trades around 10 cents at launch, the circulating market cap will sit around 60 million, which is a conservative and realistic figure compared to similar Web3 gaming chains. But I think it will go way above that. It's just that maximum token supply, the hard cap of 10 billion, I think is crazy. A price rally to about $1 would require significant demand and adoption because it implies a 10 billion fully diluted market value similar to a large cap layer 1 chain. With one game, is that justified? I don't think so, regardless of how popular the game is. And I think it's going to suffer from the hype because the Off the Grid game has been hyped a lot. The token might suffer because of that. And also consider the token unlock schedule as well, which might impact the price of the token. This is now post-launch. And if you look at the white paper, the initial supply, like I said, is going to be 604.5 million of the GAN token. Maximum supply 10 billion. Investor, team, and ecosystem rewards are vested over multiple years, which then means in the first year, inflationary pressure will be moderate, but will likely increase as more tokens unlock. So the first 6 months, I think you're safe. Some start unlocking at 6 months, but after 12 months, crazy dilution. So short-term price spikes are possible due to the initial hype, but sustained growth will depend heavily on adoption of the grid game and how many studios adopt the Gunz blockchain. I think the adoption of the Gunz blockchain is going to be a no-brainer because I think the Gunzilla team I think they know their stuff. So I think the adoption of the blockchain will not be a problem. It might actually give the players who've been sitting on their laurels like Beam, I think they've been sleeping a little bit. They will get a good run for their money from this. If this actually takes off, Beam will be in trouble because they've got some crazy tokenomics as well. If unlock schedules are too aggressive, this can also act as sell pressure. That's something to watch out for. Things you should also watch out for: look at the cliff unlock dates where large amounts of tokens become liquid, vesting periods for seed and private investors. You need to watch out for that. And liquidity mining or staking rewards emissions, watch out for that as well. Realistic price targets for the current bull cycle, I'm talking of this year 2025, 2026, if we go into 2026 of course. So assuming a successful game launch of the grid and growing demand for the Gunz blockchain, a conservative scenario, I'm looking at a price target of 30 to 50 cents. These are my price predictions now, okay? Above, at the top of the video, I was using facts. These are my price predictions. I could say I've got my wizard hat on. So good adoption of the grid game and stable Web3 gaming narrative. If the narrative takes off, conservatively, you're looking at 30 to 50 cents. If I want to be as bullish as one can be, or you're talking of mass adoption, new games integrate the Gunz blockchain, gamify narrative booms, you're talking of 75 cents to $1. Mega bull market, which is crazy bull market, that gives you that 20 billion fully diluted value, where widespread retail FOMO, mainstream adoption, new partnerships, that could give you $2, probably more, okay? However, beyond $1 will require significant organic demand, along with player retention and continued game and blockchain adoption. Likely launch price, like I said, you're probably looking at 10 to 13 cents. Could be wrong, could be extremely conservative at those ranges. Those prices will give us a launching market cap of between 60 million to 76 million. But because it's on Binance, everything is going to be exaggerated. I can tell you that. Probably you need to multiply that by 10. So that's how crazy things get. So where I'm talking of 10 to 13 cents, I will not be surprised if you see at launch $1 to $1.30. It could be possible, which is crazy because I think at that level it will be overpriced. That will then give it a market cap of 600 to 760 million, which I think again is crazy. Realistic bull cycle target for this current 2025, maybe Q1 2026, you're looking at 30 cents to $1. Is that feasible? Maybe. And potential fully diluted value of $1, which will give us 10 billion, I think is high, but it could also happen. What about the strategies I will probably use if I were to do some risk management from my point of view, if I were interested in investing in this? Well, here's some risk factors to consider. You got the high token supply inflation. The maximum supply of 10 billion tokens is too large for me anyway. Only 604.5 million or 6% will circulate at launch, which is peanuts. Large unlock events could cause sell pressure over time, but you got to wait until 6 months to see anything significant, and then 12 months, that's when the doors will open wide. Game adoption risks, that's another risk. The success of the Gunz blockchain heavily depends on the success of the grid, which I think at the moment has been doing well. Yes, the numbers might say something, but that could be the peak. You never know. And probably onboarding other major gaming studios will be key. If off the grid fails, the chain may struggle. But I think so far, no fears in that space. Blockchain game sentiment, where the broader market is still skeptical about Web3 gaming, adoption is not guaranteed. So that's another risk you got to consider. VCs and early investors sell pressure. Now, large early stage investors will have tokens vested, looking at probably 12 months. Depending on their unlock schedule and market conditions, they could heavily impact the price. Watch out for that. You always need to watch out for that unless tokens are fully allocated or majority are allocated and released. What about the competitive landscape? Well, Gunz is going to be competing with other Web3 gaming blockchains like Immutable X, Ronin, Beam, and Polygon Gaming's ARM. Gunz needs to differentiate beyond off the grid. Yes, that's exactly my thought. It needs to differentiate from off the grid. It needs to come up with something else. If it was just a game, maybe it would do well on its own. But because off the grid is a product of Gunz, that's a different ball game altogether. They need to produce more games. Off the grid might be successful, but the blockchain may still suffer because there's plenty of competition. So, entry price and exit points, if what I was just sharing with you is to come by, well, entry points, which I would probably call my accumulation strategy, a launch price of between 10 to 13 cents. If the price once launch is higher, if you want to enter, wait for correction. Ideal accumulation range for me will be between 8 cents to 12 cents. Again, that could be pie in the sky. Market makers and Binance shield this thing to the moon, and then a lot of people will be wrecked. Major market deep buy levels for me will be if early investors start selling, but there are no early investors yet. You're looking at 5 to 8 cents. So 5 to 12 cents, that's probably, I would say, that's accumulation, include major market dip. Accumulate heavily if I have to. Early strategy, we're talking of profit taking. Initial hard pump, if we go to 25 cents to 30 cents or above, if I was invested or if I invested at those prices I was talking to you, 8 to 12 cents or 10 to 13 cents, I'll be taking 25% profits between the 25 cents to 30 cents. Bullish cycle, 75 cents to $1, I'll probably take another 50%. I mean, if prices just keeps there after accumulating some at 8 to 12 cents, I would take 50% anyway within that range still. Mega bull euphoria between $1.52, I'll exit everything. I'll exit everything if I win. And red flags and some monitoring points here, guys. Monitor major token unlocks, likely quarterly, if not longer. Sell pressure increases before and after unlock dates. Investigate token vesting schedules or periods for early investors. If heavy allocation unlocks at once, prepare for price impact, but you're looking at between 6 to 12 months in that sense. Excessive staking rewards, liquidity mining, or airdrops can increase short-term supply and dilute the price as well. But the problem is, the longer it takes, the extended the risk. Because if it's going to be 12 months or more with this 10 billion still out there, or majority of it still out there, it just means the risk remains until a significant amount of those tokens are released. So yeah, it's almost like someone is going to gun to your head and say buy, but if you buy, I'm going to dump it. Basically, that's what it is until the vesting schedule is mostly fully achieved or fulfilled. You also need to track on-chain activity of Gunzilla's treasury and ecosystem wallets for large transfers to exchanges. Keep track of active users, revenue, and NFT trading volume. Failure to grow adoption will impact Gun token demand. And as we know, gaming, NFTs, metaverse at the moment, they are on the floor. This project could launch into the floor itself as well. That's where I got my numbers from, because that narrative is still low, still dead at this point. It will certainly come back. This cycle, there is a chance it will come back this cycle, but next cycle, definitely. This cycle, it will certainly come back, but there is a big but. If it doesn't, what happens to Gun? Some question marks to consider there, guys. And we're moving on to potential long-term catalysts. You got successful off-the-grid launch and player retention. Mass adoption of off-the-grid will increase demand for in-game NFTs and Gun token transactions. NFT game participants, where Gunzilla onboarding more game studios to build on Gun's blockchain, will massively expand the ecosystem. Like I said, it's coming into direct competition with the likes of Polygon, Beam, and many others. Strategic partnerships, where further investment rounds, sex listings, or partnerships with major Web2 gaming studios could also be very bullish. NFT marketplace growth, where if Gun's NFT marketplace becomes a hub for gaming assets, transactional volume could drive token price. That's a given, right? Interoperability expansion as well. If they do bridge Gun's assets to Ethereum, Solana, and other blockchains, liquidity and exposure may also increase. So that's something they should consider. Now, to my final verdict, because this video is already getting too long, Gunz is a huge upside potential as a specialized gaming blockchain based by strong funding and a real AAA game in off-the-grid. However, it carries high inflation risks, early investors, sell pressure, and execution risk. It is best treated as a high-risk, high-reward speculative play. If timed well, short to medium-term profits can be significant. But like I said, my best bet is to actually enter during the bear market, moving on to the next cycle. Any thoughts, guys? Let us know in the comment section. Until the next one, this is my overview, my strategies, and my price predictions for the Gun token, the token for Gun's blockchain, built on Avalanche, creators of Off the Grid. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comment section. Until the next one, FD for SHPub.tv, signing out for now. Bye.